That's for you, my darling. Hello, everybody.
Hello, wonderful peoples.
I wonder how you're all doing. I hope you're all doing good. Let me just get organised here. I've had a bit of a flak and panic in the last few minutes. Poor old Gads have to put up with me running around like a proverbial blue-bottom fly, hence I'm a little bit out of breath. Hadn't set up the fan and things like that, and it is a bit bleeding warm in here tonight.
Hi, Dirty Faces, 72 Andy, Adam B. Hi, Jess. Ground Fog, hi. Liam Michelle. Oh, hiya.
Right, would you like me to open the page?
Yeah.
What would you like?
I'll have that one.
Strawberry and lime.
Yeah.
So Kaz is on alcohol free tonight. She's on strawberry and lime cider.
Aldi, 99 pence.
Couldn't go wrong with that. So, like I say, I hope you've all had a wonderful week wherever you are. I hope the weather's holding good for you.
Hi, Max.
I hope those of you that have needed rain have got it. And those of you that haven't,
excuse you if I'm wet here.
Haven't.
Yeah. Hello, Willow. Oh, come on in. Come on. There we go, Willows. Hi, kitten.
There you go, my love.
Yeah. And Willows.
Oh, what's Mickey drinking? Well, Mickey is on same cider but alcoholic, the Very Cherry.
Alska, which is Swedish, I believe.
It is Swedish, and it means.
You fussy. Oh.
It's Alska is Swedish, and it means for love.
Oh. Do you like a bit of cider with wow?
He certainly do.
Hi, Simon.
I should whack that in a glass because it's out of a can. And do you know what? I can't drink it. I can't. I dislike drinking out of cans.
Yeah.
I don't mind drinking out of a bowl. I don't mind drinking out of a glass. I think it's a childhood thing. It's drinking out of cans for me is that old. You get to there and something stings you on the lip.
Yeah. Lee, we're going to Aldi tomorrow because we're going to see if we get a couple more of those flat bottles that go with the.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't remember the name of the thing that goes in it.
Soya filter.
A filter, that was it. And if you like, we'll have a look, see if we can find any more of the little pumps.
If I can find one, I'll send it up to you, mate. There we
go. When did you? Hi, Mac. When did you send the email? Because we haven't actually checked the emails since early this morning, so I might have missed it if you sent it today. Oh dear. Oh, sorry to hear that, Max. Oh, that 1 hour ago. Then no, we haven't seen that yet because
no, we've been fairly busy. Haven't we?
Yeah.
Bit mad.
But I will check that out as soon as we come offline.
So those shirts, I've been playing with the dye.
He's got another one.
So in black. Dyed in black. Now the interesting thing is, don't use a synthetic dye, otherwise it will dye the whole thing. I've used a non-synthetic dye, so it only dyes the cotton material, leaving the synthetic nice, clean, and breathable.
The orange one is Dylon, and it's the washing machine one, and you can get it in all sorts of different colours. So it goes purple, pink, olive green. So there's so many choices, and that one was a bag, and I think it's made by Dylon as well. I can't remember the name of it. It's like Wash and Go or something like that. But
fucking hell. We're still there. Tell them.
Yeah.
Sorry, I've been blocked with this virus scan.
That's the only thing. It's frightened. Oh no. Get rid of that. Yeah, it's a junk one. Yeah. It's all right. What happened was you got
Sorry,
this.
it's not live yet.
Oh. Okay. Oh, sorry about that. This stupid thing come up.
Sorry about that, guys. I got attacked. Yeah, my computer's just been attacked. Yeah, absolutely.
It's where McAfee all across the screen. You couldn't see nothing.
Computer got taken over. Couldn't do nothing with it. Absolute bloody nightmare. There we go again. So it's just come up again. I'm not going to bother with that.
No, don't just ignore it. Just don't click anything.
I'm just clicking it out.
That's what I said to you. Leave it.
There we go. Right, leave it alone. Leave it away. Yeah, I'll contact my mate Owen tomorrow and have a see what I can do about that. I think what it is, I think it's because I'm on Windows 10 as they want me to upgrade to Windows 11, which, yeah, I think that's what it's all about.
No, Benny, we had a delivery about an hour and a half ago.
You got 24 there. Shall I open the box?
Yeah.
Shall I open the box?
Yeah.
Shall we say what Benny sent me? Benny, if you don't want me to open the box in public, say so. Or
yeah, I see that. Ignore. I see that English Woodsman. He's opened another channel, and he's sort of saying to people about you do it again. Is
if I dismiss it,
that. Yeah, no.
Right, so I can't see the comments. Right. Okay, so let's have a look in the box. So yeah, unfortunately, guys, I can't read the comments tonight because I've got a dirty, great big scam thing in my.
It's gone right over the comments, so I can tell you what you ask. I can bring it across.
So I got this box today from young Benny. Sent through to me. It's arrived this evening.
It's not actually. It's from Brooke.
It's from Brooke.
He just said it's more of what Brooke has sent you.
Oh,
hi, Andy.
Mick and Kaz, I brought these for you to share. Love from Brooke. A packet of biscuits.
I can't read, so
we will be sharing those. Don't you worry.
We're both well, thank you.
Oh, pack of Galaxy Dot chocolate digestives. No, there's no instruction on these. I don't have to share.
Yeah, but I don't like the. Oh, they're not the milk chocolate. You said dark. You liar. He said they were dark, didn't he? Sorry. Yeah, because he knows I don't like dark chocolate. Mm-hmm. Hi, Sussex.
Maryland cookies. Can't go wrong with Maryland cookies. So. I've got some coffees for the camps. We got.
Hey, we got pumpkin spiced latte.
Nice. I'll be enjoying those. And toffee nut.
Ooh.
Toffee nut. Does that about describe me? We also have some Nescafe. How much is that? Nescafe Kit Kat lattes.
Yeah. That stuff has made my phone all sticky.
Plus, New York coffee.
3 in 1. Oh, salted caramel.
Salted caramel. Can't go wrong with salted caramels.
My
man after my own heart sent me a spoon to go with it. So
word of warning: if you have this cider, do not put it anywhere near your phone because it's bubbled that much and fizzed. It's made the whole of my camera, my phone screen all sticky. Ew.
Little pack of soaps. The individual soaps, absolutely fantastic for camping and the events. Yeah. I will get some use out of those. So
yeah, I've been told him about 3 times not to touch it anymore, Mac. He said to tell Mac you not to touch the screen anymore.
Yeah, I won't. It's just going to drive me up the wall because it keeps going diddle-a-doom, diddle-a-doom, diddle-a-doom. I do apologise. So you've got some of the towels that you soak. So they expand into cloths. Absolutely, but I've got enough there to see me through for the rest of the year.
Lee said you should you should do a taste test video. Dunking Brooks biscuits.
Some bottles for soaps.
They're great, aren't they?
Absolutely
Yeah.
brilliant for camping and adventures.
Ew.
I'll pull that out last.
Oh, thank you, kid.
Wormwood. Some wormwood essence.
Yeah, that.
Brilliant for keeping away the bugs.
Yeah,
and insects.
mosquitoes don't like wormwood.
And smells absolutely delicious.
Mm.
Oh, wow. I'll let you show those.
Oh wow! I don't know if you can see that. It's a little tool set. You got a saw. There's a hammer. There's a little chainsaw and an axe. Fantastic! Excellent.
Thank you, Brooke, for the message. Yeah, but that's between me, you, and Kaz, so I won't read that one out in public. I got one of these.
Yeah, that's the frame for putting the wormwood in.
Oh, brilliant, brilliant. So, you just
put,
hang it up.
I don't know if you've seen those before, but they're the coil of wormwood. You hung them, and they're like a joystick, but they go in there like a Catherine wheel.
So it hangs on there above the tray.
Yeah.
And then you're not risking setting fire to anything.
Hi, John.
Lovely. Oh, I know what that is. I know what that is. It's going to require a blade.
You keep going, ooh, and Willow's going, ooh, what am I getting?
This means I've got to keep a promise on this week's video.
Hi, Kiwi. Excuse me, can't read the comments because we keep getting this stupid McAfee thing come up.
So
he can do more than one sausage now.
As I promised the other day, this week's video, I will make the toasty to end all toasties. The one toasty to rule them all. I'll be doing that up the woods. Thank you, Benny. And lastly, there is a small item down here which I will get out and which I do really appreciate because I think it's quite funny and I do see it as funny.
Yeah, get at least 4 sausages. If you use those little tiny ones, you'll probably get out 10. Willow, it's not for you.
You ready for this, guys?
Bald man's comb. You won't get your hair stuck in the teeth.
That is brilliant. Thank you very much. That's going to go up on the wall here in front of my desk. So if I'm having a grotty day, it'll give me a giggle. Thank you very much, Benny, Brooke,
thank you,
and family. Thank you so very much. Well, they will go somewhere a bit special. I've got a little box of special little bits and pieces I've picked up over the years. So what I'll do, I will put that to one side. Oh, I do apologise if you can hear that. Bing, 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 bing. I'm sorry. It says McAfee license expired. McAfee licenses expired. I never have had McAfee. Click here to stay protected online. Activate protection now. You have 700 viruses.
I know where to go away. When after you've been, just turn it right off.
Yeah. Trojan virus detected.
He said lower the volume.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
Because you do have it rather loud.
Let's turn the volume off. My volume off this end. I can't. No. Because it's coming up underneath the bloody thing.
It's a trap. Yeah, I know. I did tell him not to touch the buttons.
Yeah.
And you just...
That's all right. I'll attack it tomorrow.
Yeah, you got when they do these things, you just ignore. Look, it went then and it come back again. But
I'll wait for it
you just ignore it and then don't click on anything because it will just muck your machines up.
You know what? This is what annoys me. It's.
Well, Benny's just said, Brooke watched you open it, and she said, "You're welcome. My stuff should be with you not next week, week after." More stuff.
More stuff.
Are you slowly moving in?
I wouldn't know what to do with more stuff. So I'm waiting for this to go through so I can drop the volume. Clear off, clear off, clear off, clear off, clear off. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, any minute now, this little sign's going to disappear, ready for the next one to come
Well,
up.
anyway,
And I can
we've
drop the
been
volume.
just
Oh,
you did
fucking thing. Do excuse my language, right? Just have to put up there. Just have to put up there.
Yeah.
Oh, I do apologise about that.
Yeah, that's it. You sent Graham in the post. Even Willow in bad books.
Yeah.
Bad books. Mm. Yes, as you like. Willow is a full intact. Yeah, and he's got his love goose. Well, the love has to change from his goose to me. He grabbed my arm the other day, and yes,
did a rude thing to Karaz's arm.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. We won't go into too much
No.
detail, but Kaz was horrified. I laughed.
Yes.
I nearly fell off my chair laughing. But there we go.
Iconically outdoors.
So, John, hopefully everything's okay. You guys have managed to get sorted after the tornado strike there. I was actually reading up on world events earlier on.
Pretty sweet of her. Thanks, Benny.
So at the moment in Canada, we've got 160 wildfires, over 17,000 evacuated. Tornadoes. So tornadoes. There's been 23 major tornadoes in America, and unfortunately, they have led to 63 deaths. There's been 69 deaths worldwide due to tornadoes so far this year. We've had 3 in Spain, 2 in China, 1 in Brazil, and obviously the 63 in America. Absolutely terrible. Nature can be vicious, brutal. She doesn't take any prisoners. And not to count just the deaths, it's the damage to businesses, homes, infrastructure, and the land. Because where you have a tornado and it takes out trees, those trees have an important role. You know, a single tree can take up to 120 gallons of water. Okay. Then the easy way to equate this, next time you're looking at a tree, remember for 1 inch of diameter, that's 1 gallon of water take up.
John is saying to me he's got EF3 tornado and we're getting smoke down here from the Canadian wildfires.
It's hellish, isn't it? It's hellish. You can't imagine that scope of problems. So again, once you lose the trees, that 120 gallons of water per tree is now into the land, and it erodes the land.
You've got to read the spoon as well.
Causes landslides, causes all sorts of issues there, flooding and so on. So again, when you look at a tree, for every inch of diameter, that's a gallon of water that tree takes up, which then evaporates off the leaves without causing flooding. Have a read of the spoon.
You've got to read the spoon.
Read the spoon. Read the spoon.
I'm pretty sure I've got one of those. It says witch on it.
It says happy camper in there. Happy camper. That's now my camp coffee spoon. Right, so that I will drill the tip of the handle of that, put a cord on that to hang it up at the camp when we have camps. So that would be the happy camper coffee spoon. Yeah. So it's hard when a lot of the houses are made of wood, and but it's I suppose wood is better for the insulation part of it when it's winter time. So not just that, I think it's the same principle as with like in Japan and that. If you live in an area where buildings are likely to be damaged regularly by certain environments, it's easy to have materials that are easily resourceful, easy to build and easy to repair. Whereas with a red brick house like we've got here, once the wall's down, the house is done.
Evening, Ray.
Evening, Ray. Hope you're good, mate.
Right, you're going to do your...
Yeah, shall I do my bit tonight? Right. So, no politics tonight. Not doing politics. Okay, so I was reading an article on man's ability to adapt to the environment. And this article went right back 38,000 years and looked at our history of mankind as a species all the way through. And this is what I took of it. It hit me how we don't adapt, unlike a lot of other species who grow fur, more feathers, and so forth. They we
Oh, happy anniversary, Trey.
we don't adapt ourselves, but instead we adapt our environment to suit us. So we create shelter and so on. The article I was watching was exploring how species within Pripyat, that's in Ukraine, where they had the Chernobyl event, had adapted to the environment. And after just a few generations, animals were able to survive radiation that generations before would have killed them very quickly. Uh, and I thought that nature is amazing. It shows that no matter what we do to the world or nature, that it will always find a way. And it often starts with the smallest things. So they went back and they looked at microbes, bugs, insects, and so on. And within the article, there was an interesting one from southern England where they'd done some research, and it was a scrapyard that had existed since the Second World War on what was at one time an aircraft base. And as with old-fashioned scrapyards, it was literally just on the ground; it was on the dirt. And for 40 years, oil, glycol, fuel, greases, and that were literally just drained out of things and soaked away into the ground, contaminating it quite severely. When they removed the scrapyard, they first of all took away all the vehicles, buildings, materials, leaving the soil. And these investigators came in, they dug up samples and that, and they actually found that certain species of invertebrates, some of the worms and some of the nematodes and things like that, had actually adapted to break down that oil and use the carbons in it as a fuel source, a food source. They'd actually learned to live off of it and adapted to it. So they started studying these things. They then took the ground away, completely decontaminated it, returned it to good, healthy soil. Those insects died out. Okay, within generations, they reverted to insects that could not break down, could not live on, could not survive in those chemicals. So nature adapts and adapts fast. And they were saying one of the things was the breed cycle. So these creatures breed quite quickly and in large numbers. So they adapt very, very fast. Absolutely fantastic article. They then went on to talk about the plastic crisis that we're having in the world today, all the microplastics that literally are everywhere in the world. There's not a species in the world that isn't showing microplastics in its system. Doesn't matter where you are, it can be in the Antarctic, Amazonian rainforest. There are microplastics, literally everything, everywhere. Something we created. The interesting thing is they're finding that microbes are adapting to live off of this. And the theory is that anytime you create an abundant food source, nature will adapt something to survive upon that. Everything gets predated on or broken down or eaten by something
Hi,
else.
Mike.
So they were saying, these microbes will adapt, then certain insects will adapt. There will become species that will adapt to live upon these plastics. So I'm not saying carry on polluting. I'm not saying that we should do that. Obviously, we should get a grip of it. But it gives me hope for our planet's future. Maybe one day there will be herds of roving, plastic-eating, I don't know, goats living in the savannas of the world.
Plastic sheep.
Plastic sheep, yeah.
Well, goats eat everything, don't they?
Yeah. So I came out of this with simply, so we need to learn to adapt as well. With practice, we can adjust to temperatures, conditions. The advent of a good insulation on that. So we're coming into summer. 1st of June today, going to get hot. So that brings me on to adapting yourself, adapting your climate. Some tips here. Tips from Mickey to stay cool this summer. So, teaching most of you to suck eggs. Simple things. On my house, that side is the early morning sun.
The front of the house.
That side gets the evening sun.
Back of the house.
So, all the time the sun's on that side of the house, I keep the curtains drawn and the window shut, which is a bit counterintuitive. But the reason I keep the window shut is I don't want warm air blowing in. So literally I create a barrier, keeps everything out, diverts around the house. But on the leeward side, the shadow side, I have everything open. Now what you do is you cause a temperature inversion there. And by causing that temperature inversion, you create a bit of natural airflow within the house. Okay. helping to keep it cool. And then as the sun comes around the other side, I swap it round. But another trick I've picked up on, and I use these days, is I open the loft hatch in the summer. Now, I don't know about everywhere else in the world, but here in the UK, and especially in my house here, I've got black slate roof. Okay, there's nothing under the slates but felt. And then on the floor of the loft, I've got a massive layer of insulation. Brilliant. Keeps the warmth in the winter, traps it at the ceiling. But when it's hot, I don't want the air being trapped at the ceiling. So by opening the loft hatch, I allow that hot air to rise up into the loft space.
Like it still.
Yeah, that rises up in the loft space, and the insulation works in reverse, slowing that heat down, coming back into the house. So it also creates a little bit of a draft, doesn't it? You can actually feel it in the house. I open the loft hatch, and you can actually feel the warm air rising up.
It goes, gone.
In the evening, when it gets cold, because I've got black slate tiles, what happens is the loft becomes the coolest place in the house. The great thing is the cold air then drops back out that loft hatch because cold air sinks.
Because during the day, obviously the hot air rises from downstairs.
And it cools the house quicker in the evening and through the night. So again, there's a tip to you. Open your loft hatch. Give that somewhere for the hot air to go. If that's not teaching you to suck eggs. But that's how I deal with the summer. There are also some other ways to deal with the summer. So at this point, I'm going to hand over to the lovely Kaz, and I'm going to use some of her knowledge to maybe help you deal with the heat this year.
Right. Hello, people. Right. What I'm going to talk to you about tonight is about things you can take to keep yourself cool, or stuff that you can take with you. Right. Everyone that's heard of chamomile. Now, chamomile is a herb. It's a flowering herb. It's in most people's gardens, and for centuries, it's been used as herbal tea. And the reason why a lot of people like the herbal teas in this time of year is because drinking chamomile actually brings down your body temperature by about 25%. If you're exercising, if you're doing something that's quite using quite a lot of energy up, in a hot day like this, that's when you start to get dehydrated and you get brain floods and things like that. Well, by taking cold chamomile tea, then that reduces it, which also is better for you in the long run. So what I've done, I've looked into it a bit about it today, and it says in the summer, if you drink cold, they call it iced tea, but it's, you know what I mean, it's tea that you've made and you put in the fridge. You can add ice cubes to it if you wanted to. So chamomile tea is classified as a refrigerant. I hope I pronounced that right. That means they cool you down faster, especially if you've been exercising or doing something, exerting your body for that day. So if you, in the morning, or the day before, you can make yourself some chamomile tea, let it cool down, put it in a jug, or even make it in the jug and put it in the fridge. And then you can either take some with you and put it in your, water carriers and things like that, or you can have it as a fresh drink before or after going with you. Another one that also does the same is mint tea. Mint tea contains menthol, and it interacts with and causes a refreshing, cooling sensation when you drink it. So drinking peppermint or spearmint can cool you down. That's when it's cold. But if you have it hot, mint tea actually relieves symptoms of allergies such as hay fevers, dust, all those sort of things that come up. And it works very well on summer colds. So another thing that mint does, because I know a lot of people have after meals you have mint sweets, etc. Well, if you drink mint tea, it also eases gastro symptoms and nausea. So if you've eaten too much or you're just not feeling it, you got too hot and bothered and that. So again, mint tea. And the other one I've got on the list is lemongrass. Now, lemongrass is a very powerful herb. It's known for its ability to cool you down, as well as help with skin irritations like sunburn. So, you burnt yourself, you can either use something, the salve that's made with lemongrass, or you can just pour some of the lemongrass tea, cold tea, obviously not hot tea, on it, and it's got a nice citrusy scent and flavour. That's why they use it quite a lot in South Asian countries. I don't know what I've written down for you. I hope it's not boring you. The benefits of having chamomile. So you've got the benefits of drinking it cold to bring your temperature down. You can cool it in the fridge, but it also it aids better sleep. So if you have a chamomile tea before you go to bed, it relaxes you, so you will sleep better. It reduces inflammation, so it could be inflammations in your tonsils, in your teeth, all sorts of inner inflammations, etc. It contains antioxidants and it's anti-inflammatory as well. And by drinking chamomile, it also has a really calming, relaxing effect on your body and mind. So if you're very stressed, you're in a very stressful situation, again, it could be you're getting stressed because you're doing something and it's going wrong because you've dehydrated, and that it's also like a little snowball. So it reduces stress and also eases digestive issues. So you've got bilious stomach and that. It works on stomach cramps as well. It also helps with irritable bowel. So if you suffer from that, stomach ulcers as well, it's another one that it's good for. I say it's good for insomnia, so help you to sleep. Allergies and rashes. Now, one of the things you can do is if you've got a skin inflammation, say you've got an allergic reaction to, like me, I get a bad one if I get nettle stung, really bad. It's so much that I scratch it till it takes chunks out. And also if you have scars, sometimes when your skin dries out, the scars can cause a sort of tightness, and it's quite uncomfortable. Well, what you can do is you can drink the tea, or if you've got chamomile in your garden, you can take the fresh leaves and actually rub it onto where your scars are, or the inflammation, the skin irritation is happening, and that will calms it down. And so, a last one it's more for the ladies really. It's if you have dark circles under your eyes, or like your eyes get all puffy, and like you got little suitcases and next year's holiday stuff under your eyes. If you dip a chamomile tea bag into hot water, let it sit for 5 minutes, take the tea bag out, let it cool down, and then what you do is you lay back and put the tea bag on your eyes for about 5 minutes, take them off, and just wash your eyes, and everything should start to tighten up, and you not look like you're going mad.
Anti-panda device. Perhaps I need some of that. So I did a little bit.
So that's just a little bit. So chamomile, you can have it in your. You can have. Not everyone's got a garden. You can put it in a pot near you, but a pot. You can even grow it on the windowsill. Put it in a pot in your bathroom. It's all that's one of your natural things, and like the list is endless for what it can be used for.
So I did a little bit of research on into the science behind chamomile.
Lee said willow blends into you.
It does. So science behind chamomile. So it's not. I mean, there's a lot of things like natural herb law and that. For years, scientists went, it's all rubbish. Yeah, because they're in the pockets of the pharmacies.
Thank you.
But so Chamomile, and this is the science behind it. The chemicals within chamomile that are good for you and help you out is apigenin, which is a flavonoid antioxidant that
Big
can
words
calm the
tonight.
nervous system. Yeah. And so therefore aid sleep. So where Kaz was saying it helps you relax, helps you calm down. That's where that comes from. It also contains bisobolol. That's what I'm saying.
Glad you're
right.
saying that, not
So
me.
it's an odd word. I troubled to, which is interesting because that's a terpene alcohol. Terpene. We see this on a lot of
Ah,
plants,
yeah.
pines and that, turpentine, so on. So it's a terpene alcohol that has massive anti-inflammatory and
Exactly, Sussex,
antibacterial
yeah.
properties. So again, aids in anti-inflammatory and antibacterial. Also contains camazoline, which is a volatile oil, blue in colour, that is also an anti-inflammatory and an antioxidant. Right? The plant is also a diaphoretic, right? It has diaphoretic properties. So what it does, it induces sweating, and that aids again in the cooling of the body. So basically, if you look at this plant, it's going to help stress, anxiety. It's going to aid sleep. It's going to reduce pain. It's going to help fight inflammation, infection. What's not like to have like good about that? Everything in that plant is good. Now, bear in mind, chamomile related to the daisy.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
a daisy flower.
Can be grown in pots. If you listen to that and you go, "Gee, that sounds interesting," do your research. Grows like a weed. How often have you walked along and go, "Those are big tall daisies"? Bloody weeds. It's probably chamomile. Do your research, find it. You can buy chamomile, grow it in a pot, and you can pick and use this herb to your heart's content. It's one of those that if I was in a survival situation, having to survive in the wilds, it is one of the plants I'd cultivate.
Yeah, as Sussex quite rightly says, you have to. These herbs are good, but some people have allergic reaction to things like that. So try a small patch first, or if you're going to induce it, put it on your lip.
Yeah.
And that beforehand.
I was just going to come to that. As with all herb foraging, plant law, and that, please bear in mind that anybody could be allergic to absolutely anything.
I'm allergic to Brazil nuts.
Believe it or not, I'm actually allergic to willow. I'm allergic to dogs. I have been for years. I take antihistamines on a regular basis so that I can have a dog. But you can develop an allergy at any time, so always be a bit wary. Sensible practices and that. But again, for me, it would be one of those plants I would cultivate. I would use it as a fever suppressant. I would use it as an anti-inflammatory, as a herb. A tea, a cup of that every single day before you go to bed. It's only going to do you good.
And what if you don't like the flowery taste of it? You can, if it's cold, you can just walk it down. But quite often, I put a rebush or red bush.
Yeah.
They call it roobush, don't they? Red bush tea bag in at the same time. So that sort of takes some of the floweriness out of it, which if you don't want it.
So that's another good one for you. So me at the moment, they've told me to try and cut down on my caffeine intake. And for years in the summer, I've drunk rooibos, which is red bush, or in English, rooibos, South African. And it's a tea. It's a South African tea. It contains no caffeine. Makes a very, very nice cup of tea. Quite refreshing, isn't it? It's not as strong as like your breakfast tea and that, but it is quite refreshing. But also,
dear Andy,
makes a really nice cold tea. If you want something that's just going to take that grime out of your mouth, hot days, especially if you've been doing a lot, you tend to sort of, you clag up a bit. And sometimes you want something that cuts through that. So red bush tea, make up a jug of that, put it in the fridge. You can put a drop of honey in it, stir that into it when you're making it. You can add mint leaves to it just to give it a bit of mint flavouring, whatever you want that way. But it makes a very refreshing drink.
It's strange how about allergies to things. Like you, Steve, Chris, I can't have. I couldn't use Johnson's Baby stuff. I couldn't use Simple because it used to start my skin off until I started taking even primrose oil. And after I took that, all the eczema that I had disappeared. So I haven't had eczema now for 20 years.
Yeah.
But I get anaphylactic shock from Brazil nuts. I can eat peanuts, walnuts, cashew nuts, anything like that. But Brazil nuts, no, anaphylactic shock.
There's an old saying that nearly everything in nature, or every illness, every disease, every problem we have, can be treated through nature. And it's almost like the world's organised. It's all out there for us. We haven't discovered half of it yet. The research is being done. Every year, scientists are saying, oh, this plant now treats this plant now treats that. We've just discovered this in the Amazonian rainforest. What tends to happen is it falls into the pocket of the pharmaceutical companies. They analyse it. They go, oh, what chemicals can we make cheaper that will do that?
I did read, but I didn't put anything down. But there was something on the internet about chamomile. The profit inside chamomile, they are using it at the moment to help with some sorts of cancers. But I didn't go into that.
No.
That's too medical for me. But yeah, that's. Oh, so Lee Michael gurgles with fennel, helps with his mouth issues.
I'm growing a fennel at the moment. My mum's got a huge fennel. It must be 6 foot tall now.
We've got one of her baby ones.
Fennel. So that's another plant. Do your research. I'm not going to go into details. It's just an amazing plant. Do your research. But I've been reading up on the mythology of fire, and in 5 now different myths about fire and the origin of fire. So these are stories taken from generations back, thousands of years ago. Fennel always comes up. And one of the things with fennel is they say dried fennel cut as a stalk used to be used as a tinder, but also the pith in the fennel, when it's dried, will take an ember and hold an ember for a long time, and the outer sheath.
So you want as a thicker piece as possible,
Yeah. So from what I gather, I haven't tried it yet. I'm going to give it a go. So from what I gather, that piece, the pith smoulders down through very slowly. The outer sheath protects it, and from what I can gather,
you break the sheath off, it's downstairs.
Crumble it so it produces your tinder, then blow your ember into that to ignite it, creating fire. So again, it's an ancestral way of carrying fire. So that progressed in stories all throughout history.
Yeah,
fascinating stuff.
Benny said he sent you a WhatsApp picture, but I think your phone's downstairs, so you have to look at it here.
No, it's here.
All right, you can look at it now.
I will have a look at it, Benny. Excuse me,
yeah,
guys.
It's funny, some words. You even when you spell it right, when you write something down or spell it out, it never looks right, does it? You said question yourself like, See you later, John. Good luck with your stair building. Oh, bless her.
I'm not going to share that with everybody. That's little Luna. He sent me a picture of little Luna who just crashed out in her mum's arms. Absolutely beautiful. And my love to you and your family. Thank you so much for those gifts. Mink might have a Bicky Fest tonight. I don't know which ones we will start with.
I'm going to have a chamomile and rhubush tea and some biscuits.
But Brooke, I will probably be hiding tonight under the bedclothes with my head torch on, my reading glasses, a book, and maybe a little stash of Bickies just sitting there, nibbling them as I go.
She's little as them, actually, Benny's holding her. Yeah. Oh, sweet.
Gargle with Fenny.
Fenny? You nearly said...
That's close, wasn't it? Gargle with fennel to help mouth ulcers.
You nearly said...
I can only see the comments where it's at the top because there's bloody virus warnings coming up on the bottom half.
Sussex, his mum brought round some Tunnocks tea cakes.
Oh, Tunnocks. Do you know Tunnocks are banned in the RAF? There's an interesting bit of history for you.
I love the way the mallow is so soft.
Tunnocks is actually an offence for pilots to take Tunnocks tea cakes into an aircraft.
Why?
In the RAF. Right. This goes back to the 1950s. So when we had our
getting on a plane, Sussex, with them.
What we called the V-Force. So they were the Victor bombers, the Vulcan bombers, and so forth. Our first high altitude, high speed, nuclear deterrent bombers. Up to a point, pilots used to quite regularly take Tunnocks tea cakes and things like that up with them. and they would have these as a treat on the flight and all the rest of it, keep the energy up, keep themselves going. And it turned out that at certain altitudes, the Tunnocks tea cakes would explode.
Yeah, Lisa's explode.
Yeah. So having sticky
marshmallow in the eye.
I brought down £50 million worth of bomber was destroyed by a Tunnock tea cake exploding in the cabin. So basically, from what I gathered doing the research, it wasn't the fact that it exploded, injured people, or anything like that, but it was, again,
I've never tried those, Andy.
The sticky mess, getting onto controls, blocking things. It was.
Andy says that the Tunnock's wafer biscuits are best.
Oh, Tunnock's wafer biscuits. Now, the only problem with
you start your new job next week. Excellent, Max.
Excellent, Max. That's good news, mate. I bet you're looking forward to that. Quite excited. Now, I must say, a big hiya to somebody who's not with us tonight, because I know for a fact he's absolutely exhausted. That's Owen Life's a Hobby, who I believe it's his nephews he took camping this weekend. Him and his missus, and took them out to the woods, took them for an adventure. And I know for a fact he is probably at the moment with his feet up.
It's the mallow.
With a large glass in front of him, because they've had a fun weekend, but absolutely awesome. Getting the youngsters out, teaching them a bit about the woods, giving them an adventure. They'll remember that for the rest of their lives. Good on you, mate. Well done. We send our love and thoughts to you.
Chris, I don't know if did you get the email? I sent you an email to you. That's Bushcroft, Sussex, about a book. I don't know if you did get it or not, but I've got a wood carving book, one of my father's ones, and I wanted to pass it on to you if you'd like it. It's for carving animals. It's in all of them, all American ones. It's actually got like the map, the graphs, and all that to do that.
It's a very old book, very, very detailed book. Oh, I will say to you guys, if any of you have got an Aldi's near you, I don't have to do it in Lidl's, but I know they do it in Aldi's. This Alaska wild cherry cider is absolutely delicious. Caster's not so keen on it because the cherries are quite strong, but it's very, very nice. And it's only 3.4%, so it's not that strong. It's quite refreshing.
I shall send that off to you. It's a lovely book, but my mum was throwing all my dad's stuff out, as I explained in the email, and I rescued the book, and I've had that book for 20 years now, and I'd like it to, if it
go on to somebody,
someone that would
get a bit used
like
to
it. It's got some. You make raccoons and bear and moose and things like that.
Yeah, and again, in that is passing on and sharing of knowledge, isn't it? And not always do we pass that on with family. It's not always something that's passed down from generation to generation. Occasionally, it's just passed on.
Benny says you've got to put on the board. You've got to do a toast. The next video has got to be a toasty video.
All right, that's okay. That's this week's mission then. All right, thank you, Benny.
Thank you. It's quite a big. It's about it's not a hardback, but it's good. Yeah, I've got the alcohol-free. I've got the Nordic berries, but the one that I've got here at the moment, that's the kiwi. No, the lemon, lime, and raspberry. But what's happened is it's spat all over my phone. It's sticky. Yeah, I think it is actually. Bye, Chronically. Hi, Goodwin. Yeah, Betty said he might do his as well, so we can have a toast off. Oh, good idea.
Right, there we go. That's the challenge.
Yeah, gonna be a toast off. How much can you get in a toasty? But I reckon you should do a savoury and a sweet one. Yeah, Benny very kindly sent Mick one of the larger ones because at the moment, fighting over a one sausage toasty.
I am equipped for the future. So there we have it. Right. So there we go.
That's the next challenge.
That's a challenge to you all. This is to everybody out there. I don't care how you do it. You can do it in a pan. You can do it in a toasty maker. The great bushcraft toast off. Right. Make your toasted sandwich. The toasted. It's got to be a toasted sandwich. It's got to be toasted on the outside. You can melt the interior or not melt the interior. But I want to see all the best bushcraft toasties that could be possibly made. I want to see all yours. What can you come up with?
And he says the next video should be beans and sausages, SS style, like Phil Campion.
It
does depend on how thick the bread is, doesn't it?
You can choose whatever you want. You could do a panini. You could do a toasty. You could do it farmhouse toasty. You could even do it with French stick. You do whatever you want to do. Put in it whatever you want. I want to see what you can come up with. What's your adventure?
Right. Chris has said he's going to put cheese on the shopping list because he's up the woods next Monday.
Brilliant. And I'm going to be doing the same this week, so I'm not going to give you any clues. I'm going to do mine. You do yours. I'll stick a video out.
Yes, of course you can, Kitten. And Benny says, but Bushcraft Toast Off likes it. Well, that's just changed his tomorrow video.
Yeah, the great bushcraft toast
it's
off.
On,
it's on.
The bread crust is down and the challenge has been taken.
If you know any other channels, chuck it out to them. The challenge. It's not my challenge. This is. I want to see this grow. I want to see American videos. I want to see people throughout the world celebrating the toasty.
Yeah, it's on.
It's on. Show us what you got. Show me what you can do.
And you got to give them really wild names. Chris is putting it on TikTok.
Yeah. Why not? It was like Benny's Bulldog Challenge, wasn't it? Look at that big that got.
God,
all around the world were trying that. That was absolutely brilliant. Let's see if we can do it the same way with this. Let's have
it's only one rule is it's got to be stuck together.
Has it got to be stuck together?
Yeah, because otherwise it's not a toasty, is it? It's a sandwich. Yeah.
It depends how much you want to put in it, doesn't it?
Ham, cheese, and tomato toasty. Yeah. I'll tell you what I had from Aldi the other day that I didn't know I would like. It said fish bites with mac and cheese. And so you got mini fish cakes.
Like croquettes, weren't they?
Yeah. And they had little tiny macaroni in it. And I was going, I really like this, but when he looked on the box, I thought it was cod, and it wasn't. It turned out to be these little mac fish bites have got lobster sauce and prawns in with macaroni cheese, and I tell you, they are to die for.
Yeah, the great bushcraft toast. No, I don't think it has to be sealed because I think for people doing it in a pan, it would be difficult. It's just got to be toasty. Toasted on the outside, fill it with whatever you want.
Andy B says baked bean toasty, volcanic bean juice. Yeah, it's deadly, isn't it?
Deadly. And if you want to make it even more deadly, put some cheese in it, especially processed cheese.
Or
it sticks to your lip and your chin and then drops down the inside of your battle smock. You're rolling around screaming, throwing your weapon and your webbing everywhere. People like, man down.
Ignore the sealing bit. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I agree with Kiwi. Banana. That's another thing. Or strawberries. You get strawberries. Remember we had those deep fried strawberries once.
Yeah.
Don't.
Lethal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a man down situation. You know, your mates are running in, they're grabbing first field droppings, tearing your clothes off, looking for the wounds. And there's this little bit of cheese.
That counts. He said, we did damper bread hot dogs. Does that count?
Yeah, whatever. Basically,
medic.
It's got to be surrounded by bread, and the bread's got to be toasted. Yeah. That's a simple rule. That's it. However you do it, it's your choice. If you want to do it in a Dutch oven, on a grill, do it that way. If you want to do it on a flat pan, do it that way. If you want to do it in a toasty maker,
you can be savoury. You can have a seafood one. You can
savoury, sweet. whatever you fancy, but let's see what other people come up with. What, and how does it change around the world?
Max is liking banana and chocolate spread, yeah, especially with Nutella because you got a bit of a nutty bit in it as well.
Tastes change around the world.
Yeah.
You know, you have people that do like maple syrup on pancakes and bacon and things like that, which to a lot of British people was weird.
Yeah.
But then to a lot of my American friends, some of the stuff we have in Britain's weird. You know, there's very few of my American friends that I know of that can get their head around Marmite. Yeah, in the UK, Marmite and cheese toasties. To die for.
You could do it like a calzone with the pizza stuff, you know, like pepperoni, cheese, tomato puree, whatever.
Oh, my head's going now. I'm right.
Oh, Bushcroft Sussex, Bushcroft spread and chocolate.
Yeah. Yep, whatever you fancy. Let's see.
Here we go. We've gone to food again.
Yeah. Well, but that's survival.
Marmite. I don't mind Marmite, but what's
Marmite?
No, I was trying to think of something to go with the Marmite. Yeah, I like Marmite.
Yeah.
But I've seen someone had that with something. It's Marmite, but with something sweet as well.
Yeah.
I can't remember what it is now, but yeah.
Peanut butter and Marmite's a weird one, but it works.
Marmite with peanut butter. That there, you know, you get the jars of it. That's really nice.
Yeah. Yeah, three dog night.
A rarebits on it, yeah.
Damper bread and hot dogs, yes, definitely counts. Definitely
cheese
counts.
and Marmite.
Yeah. And it's, just because I take a plate out. As I said on the video, it's a members video, I think I did it on. I've broken a tooth at the back, pork crackling, and snapped a tooth in half. And on the video, it's on the members. I'm going to make it public tomorrow.
Yeah.
I actually made a plate. I'll show you in there how to make an emergency plate actually in the wild using a very simple kit. And this plate, as you can see, actually protects the tooth, protects the cavity, protects the nerve, won't fall out, clips over it all. Basically, it's a brilliant way of protection. I've used it for years. I didn't realise that not many people had actually come across it. You can put things like pine resin and that in there, but what I found with a lot of those things, that fills the cavity. 20 minutes later, or 3 hours, 4 hours, 5 hours later, it falls out.
It's edible. But some people like it. I love when I go to someone's barbecue, I always go for the really burnt sausages.
Yeah.
I like the taste of the burnt sausage.
That's like a carbon.
Yeah, beneath the sauce. Doesn't matter if it's burnt to an absolute crisp like last time.
Doesn't matter. Really don't care. Really don't care. It's just a bit of fun to see what people come up with.
I dread to think if we put this Muddy Ruts, the foodie, Jason now, camp chef, gets hold of this.
Yeah, and it's and you don't have to just do one, do two.
Lee pulled his tooth out the other day. Oh dear.
Yeah, if you want to do two, do two. Do it. Just show off. Do it. Go wild. Go mad.
Yeah.
Be free.
Yeah.
Just be careful.
Yeah.
Don't want somebody come back tomorrow finding out that somebody's got 3rd-degree burns from the cheese or the baked beans.
Their tongues in a sling. Yeah. We've got a pot of
it's cleared off now.
Yogurt. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gone away. It's given up on me.
Yeah, it's. I always get the truffle oil out. Ooh.
Oh, we're getting posh now with the truffle oil.
Yeah, you can try it with a tea cake.
Yeah.
I mean, they deep fry Mars bars, something. What I see the other day, Angel's Delight ice cream. What's all that about?
See, there's another one, isn't it? Toasty, but put Mars bars in it.
Yeah. Benny's just said about a tea cake.
Yeah.
It's back again.
It's back again. It's back again.
Just ignore it.
There's many things you could do. So, again, it's just having a bit of fun and adventure.
This one word warning, Benny, if you do try to take Graham with you, don't mix Graham's food up with what you're going to put in your toasty. You could find it a little bit crunchier than you wanted.
A little bit meatier. Might make
so it's nice,
windy.
Is it, Chris? I don't know.
I'm getting a gap between these things now, so what I'm going to try and do is turn the volume down a little bit so you don't keep hearing that biddy-ding.
Angel's Delight ice cream.
So,
I told you the other day I went past, they had Mars bar and Bounty croissants.
I'm going to take that plate out for a minute.
Ice cream toaster one, it could work with they make baked Alaska, don't they?
Yeah.
You're
Now,
getting mealworms, okay.
Can you all still hear us? Because I've turned the volume down at this end.
I
Can you
feel-
still hear us? Can somebody give me a 5x5? Let me know. Are we still audible, or do I need to turn the sound back up? Yes.
Yes, thank
Brilliant.
you.
Brilliant. That'll do. That means you shouldn't keep hearing that bing, bong, 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 bing.
Oh no, Sussex said he lost an eating competition years back, and the forfeit was to eat a tin of Caesar dog food. Ooh.
Don't mind the pedigree chump. That's not too bad. And meaty chunks isn't too bad.
Yeah.
You can cook it. Little bit
Oh,
of,
dirty faces.
Yeah.
Kiwi's asking what you made. It's actually for repairing dentures, isn't it?
yeah,
There.
I'll show you. I actually get in my first aid kit. Well, not in my
The
first
box
aid
is there.
kit.
I've never had baked Alaska. Max said he had as a kid, he had baked Alaska, and a load of the Highlanders looking in the oven window in disbelief.
So if I travel distance, I'm going away for several days, and that little brown bag isn't a bug out bag. That goes in my luggage or in my kit or gets thrown in the car, and it's got some extra bits and pieces in it that I might need. One of the things I carry with me is that. Now, that right there
Hi, Jason.
is a dental repair kit, basically, but it's designed for repairing dentures. What it contains is little plastic beads, and all you need to do is put those, or put some of those, into boiling water or near boiling water. They go clear. When they go clear, they're ready to be molded. You can then take it out, mold it into a sausage, push it up over the tooth that's giving you a problem, and if you then mold it round the tooth and onto the gums, it sets, and it sets like that. So that basically what I've got now is a clip-on mould, and as you can just about see, it's exactly the same shape as the teeth and the cavity.
So it stops any food getting in
Which
there.
means I can slip it in, stops food getting in there, stops detritus getting into the cavity, the barnacle tooth. More importantly, it stops that damaged tooth from cutting my tongue, the inside of my mouth, and helps to prevent me getting an infection before I can get to the dentist. Now, it's only a temporary repair. But once it's made, these things can last months and years. Those little beads there, you can get them. Kaz looked it up for me because I haven't bought any in ages. So they are available on Amazon. And they are, if you go onto Amazon, just look up moldable.
Oh, wow, man.
Moldable false teeth repair kit beads, right? 30 mils, $6.99, and they will last in there for years and years and years.
They got loads
Sit
of
in your kit until you need it. But I can tell you now, from experience, breaking teeth when I've been on jobs and expeditions, you break a tooth or you suddenly lose a filling, it's an absolute nightmare. If you can then seal it with that, and again, when it's moldable, it's not hard to do. You literally just push it round the teeth, and what I tend to do is push it round a tooth or two in front, a couple of teeth behind, and then mold it to the gum. And what it does, it just seals it.
So we did try the paste one, but the trouble is, after 10 minutes, that paste just disintegrates, doesn't it?
It does fall out. This makes a bit more permanent, a bit more sturdy. And all you do, once you've got it in, mold it round so it fits, bite down on it gently so it molds the inside to the shape of your lower set of teeth. Then just push it back up. Give it 5 minutes, take it out, drop it in some cold water. It's the cold water that sets it. Once it's set, that's it, it's formed, and it just clips in, clips out. And you haven't got to worry about falling asleep, because to take it out, I've literally got to put my fingernail behind it and pull down on it quite hard to get it out. Okay. But again, like I say, it just stops the food or anything getting into that damage and protects it. Because again, if you're out and you're miles away from home and you damage a tooth and it then gets infected, you're in a world of hurt. Yeah, a world of hurt.
So, Matt, what do your girlfriend's dog think of him eating a dog friend? Island Jason, you see up there the email address. Could you give us pop us an email So I'll
Yeah, we need to get into
need
contact.
to get in contact
We
with
need
you.
to have a chat to you about something you might be interested in.
All right. So if just let us know you got that message through, my love.
Yeah. So yeah, we got something you may be interested in
Yeah.
partaking in.
So what is it? Well, the 1st of June. So is summer here yet, peoples? We've got the black sky out there. It's going to go a hoolie. It really is, isn't
First
it?
day of British summer, and it is looking like it's going to be thunder and lightning. I fixed the car. Good news. I fixed the car. My drop links went. Well, I say they went. They started to rattle and donk and all the rest of it.
Oh, excellent.
I fixed-ified it myself.
Evening sticks.
I would like to say a big thank you to Tim, Caroline, from over at the Surrey Tours.
Yeah.
Tools and Training, for allowing me to use their driveway, and Tim to allow me to use a couple of his tools. Absolutely brilliant. Appreciate that. That's what it's all about. Look out for mates, help people out.
Oh yeah, that's right, Benny. I and Jason, we're having a toast off using the little metal sandwich makers.
Yeah. So we're creating the Great Bushcraft toast off, like the Great British Bake Off, but better.
And with Jack Russell.
The rules are quite simple. It's got to be toasted on the outside. You can put whatever you want in it, and you can toast it in any way, form, or manner you want that could be classed as bushcraft, wild camping, and so on. So you can use a griddle, you can use the grill over your fire,
you can make your own. Stealth's going to make his own, so
whatever you want. But we want the most. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the most creative.
No, but
your favourite toasty.
Yeah.
Show us what you can do. Show us what you
I've
like.
got a feeling I know what it's going to be. Bacon, cheese, and tomato.
Yeah. Yeah.
Minced toasty, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially with Farmer P's Dexter mince.
Takes me back to years ago. I was in a pub in the country. And I was just sitting there having my pint of cider on the side like that, as you do. And then walked a rabbit. And the rabbit walked in like that, holding his head. He walked up to the bar, looked at the barman, he pulled his face like that, went over it. Barman.
Yeah, whatever you like, Jason.
I need a whiskey. I'm feeling rough as hell. And the barman's looked at the rabbit, poured him out whiskey. I gave him whiskey and rabbit, knocked it straight back, slammed the glass down, give me another one. Had about 3 of these whiskies. And I looked at the rabbit. I said, "Mate, you look rough as hell." And this rabbit looked up at me and he said, "Yeah." He said, I'm really feeling rough as hell." I said, "What's happened? What's wrong?" And he went, he said, "Monday, I had a cheese and bacon toasty." I said, "All right." He said, "Tuesday, I had a ham, lettuce and tomato toasty." I went, "All right." He said, "Yesterday, I had a banana and Nutella toasty." I went, "Oh, no. How does that work then?" He went, "Well, it's quite easy, mate. I got mixed to my toasties." Mixed to my toasties.
So, Jason, did you get that message, my love? If you can give us an email, you can email us at that email address. That'd be great. Thanks.
Mixed to my toasties. It's an old joke, but hey, I love it. So, yeah, so the toasty.
You used to be naffy. I know Dad, Chris, our son Chris, he used to have a sandwich and he used to put a sausage roll in the sausage roll and a sandwich.
Yeah. Whilst waiting for his pizza to cook.
No, that was Dan.
Oh.
Yeah, this is Chris. Chris used to he was so can't be bothered to make a sandwich.
We used to get the Iceland little mini pizzas. Right. Well, we used to buy packets of those to throw in the freezer for the boys for emergency. So if they wanted a snack, they could just grab it, throw it in the oven, and 15 minutes later. Yeah. But Dan used to get 2 of them, put them one on top of the other, and then cook them like a calzone.
Yeah.
Dan's
it could be anything. Curry, mince, Scotch pie and a roll. Yeah.
Whatever you fancy. Squirrel. You could do a squirrel toasting. Little arms and legs.
Little legs hanging out. So you say, look.
Whatever you fancy. Whatever.
Steak pie in the back.
Like. Yeah? There is no right. There is no wrong. It's just let's see what people come up with.
See, if you use a hedgehog, it would stick together.
Yeah.
Spots. Especially if it rolled in a ball.
Yeah. Let's see what people can come up with. It's
Yeah.
all a bit of fun.
Yeah, and Jason's bulldog noodle.
Oh, damn. I was going
He's
to be
gotta
one
get
of mine.
him first.
I've got a pot of bulldog noodles downstairs, and I was like, I'm going to do a bulldog noodle toasty.
You've got to do something with it as well.
Yeah. I'll come up with something else. Yeah. Let's see what you can come up with. And what we'll do this. We'll run this for a month. We'll see how far this goes, and then we'll judge it. We'll have a vote to see who's come up with the best one. But it'll be a vote. It won't just be me. It will be.
Well, you can your own variation of the same. I mean, there is going to be lots of quite a few that are the same, but it's your variation. It's your little tweaks you put on it to make it different.
Do you put a little bit of Tabasco on it? A little bit of brown sauce? Have you got a local sauce or dressing that you use?
Night, Max. Enjoy your job, and
Max, hope all goes
look
well
forward
for you,
to speaking to you next week.
Yeah, take it
well
easy,
done,
brother.
mate.
Sleep well. Yeah, just for a bit of fun. And again, the Great Bushcraft Toast Off.
Yeah.
Instead of the Great British Bake Off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's going global.
We want this to go global.
Yeah.
Make my day the day that I've got one where I've got somebody from an Aboriginal group sitting there having a go at the challenge.
So, Living Lavoo, any ideas of what you'd like to do for a toasty challenge, Ray? Yeah. We're going to keep it close to your hat and surprise us.
Yeah. Steak pie in a bat. There's nothing wrong with that. Steak pie in a bat with plenty of gravy. Oh, yes. Yes, man after my own heart. Scotch
I've got some
pie
chicken
roll.
tikka samosas downstairs. I could toast some samosas in a sandwich.
Do you want to have a go as well?
Oh, we'll have a go, yeah.
Right, what we'll do it here. We'll set up the little stove. We'll do it on that.
Lee Michelle said he could get 4 squirrels in his. His new one is that big.
Do you line your squirrels up though, cross that ways, or do you cross hatch?
They put their paws around each other's shoulders so they fit in better and lock in like those. You know, the little. You just get the tin with a monkey on. You should turn it, the monkeys out and pick the monkeys up.
It was like when I did the squirrel at work, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I had a George Foreman grill at work.
Full English toasty,
which I used to do toasties and all sorts on, and I'd been knocking squirrels one day. And I had a couple of squaddies in and all the rest of it. And they were like, what do you do with squirrels? I said, I eat them. And really? I said, yeah, I eat them. And I ended up cooking several squirrels in a George Foreman grill. So I basically spatchcocked them up through the rib cage, cleaned them all out and all the rest of it.
They kept little paws on
them. They came out star-shaped.
They're like flying squirrels.
Complete with a cooked tail, which gave it a handle. And they'd never come out like that for me before, but I was actually turning around to the guys, go, look, you hold it by the tail and you nibble the meat off. Absolutely blown away. I thought it was amazing. Oh, simple things.
It's like when we quite often watch, they go to these big shows in America where they got row after row of all these different feed places, aren't they? And they got like deep fried cakes and is it lobster with donut and
we were watching a video about a flea market in was it Virginia?
No, it's Missouri.
In Missouri. This flea market. Absolutely, I'd love to visit that. That was amazing. The guy was walking through. There was cast iron. There was camp gear. There was
guinea
firearms.
There was dogs,
livestock, dogs. You name it, it was for sale there. I could quite happily walk through that. There
was a pair of full-grown.
Night, Max. Take care, mate.
Turkeys. There was a male and female, wasn't there? It's $50 for those, and they had guinea fowl for $4? $10 each. That's
$10. Guinea fowl, bleeding kung fu dodos and things.
Oh, was it frozen for you? Oh, bugger. Christmas dinner toasty. Why not?
Yeah, why not? Steak toasties.
Bazooka Brussels.
Steak toasties. You could do full English toasty. You could do anything you
I could do
fancy.
coq au vin.
Yeah, chicken
Duck
Kiev,
orange.
chicken Kiev toasty.
Yeah.
You name it. You put in it whatever you want.
You had that chicken. You had those vegetarian Kievs the
Yes,
other day,
I
and he had a
did.
bit of a shock because I said, did he know that they're not chicken?
Yeah,
They were
I bought some vegetarian chicken Kiev. Oh,
vegetarian
not chicken.
vegetarian Kievs.
I only find out they were made with fish, but they didn't taste fishy. They tasted like chicken. They texture. And
They were called
everything was-
Fickles, weren't they?
Yeah, I was quite blown away. They were nice. Very, very, very nice. So I say.
Yeah, it
Did
could
you
be
enjoy-
crimped. Yeah, we've got some of those crimpy ones. So our friend got us all those
Yeah,
the
crimpets.
crimpets. Yeah.
Yeah.
I quite like. Yeah, tortilla wrap is no different for it. It's just only like thin bread, isn't it? Really. So yeah.
Good if you want to make calzone or a toaster.
Oh,
toaster.
Brussels sprout toasty with marmite. I could call it the gas toasty.
Do I not sleeping in my tent if you eat that?
Baked beans as Brussels sprouts. Good grief! Can you imagine that?
I thought I was bad enough with hard-boiled eggs. Do excuse me, I just got to grab another can of cider. Do you want another drink, my love?
No, thank
All
you. No. But so Kiwi, that could be another challenge for you. You could make one. You know, even if you just get a couple of metal plates to push together and clamp together, and that. I think Stealth's making his from scratch. So all you need is a couple of, like I say, metal plates or whatever. It doesn't have to be round. Ridge Monkey, yeah. The electric ones are all right, but they does make a mess. Well, at least the ones outdoors, you can just soak them and let the stuff clean them off. No.
Actually, I won't have any more alcohol, otherwise I'll get all giggly and unnecessary. So I'm going to have the other. So that's the non-alcoholic cider, or an alcohol-free cider, strawberry and lime. I'm going to give that a go. Because I've already had 2 cans of the cherry one, which is very nice.
Yeah, I'm going to try a recipe this week if I can. I'm going to try it first. If it succeeds, then I'm going to be sharing it with you lovely people out there. What I need is a cup full of the yellow petals from dandelions. I need a quarter of a cup of honey, and it makes a nice dandelion and honey ice cream. That doesn't need to be whipped up and that. You just make it, put it into the tubs and freeze it. So, yeah. You've accidentally drank a bottle of Jack. Opening another now. I'm sorry. It's okay. We got your back, Stealth. You go
Free Dog
ahead.
Night. Make a toaster out of green willow. There's another challenge.
Yeah.
If you want to do that, yeah. So
Perfect, Free Dog.
I will give a points for innovation. Excuse me. I will give points for innovation. Definitely. I think we would all agree on that. Innovation.
Even in halfway Alaska. Oh, dandelion jelly each year. Sounds good. See, the problem we've got is I've got to try and find the dandelions, obviously, in an area that's not got animals in the field, is not where the traffic is, and that is not going to get beat on by
just
dogs.
Going out of season now, aren't they?
I've still got a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. Yeah, I've got a bit longer.
Excellent.
So
excellent.
yes, I'm going to try and see if I can get some. But I've got honey. I'm actually going to use the Manuka honey. I thought, because that way, it's good for you as well.
The other one of my other favourites is ginger and honey ice cream. Oh, do love that.
I like lavender. Lavender ice cream is, that's got, you can have. We usually get that when we're in Cornwall, don't we? At Boscastle.
Yeah. So for those of you that haven't caught up on it yet, so this is the other shirt I got, and I dyed this one black. So again, if you didn't want to do bright orange, you could do black. And the bonus with these shirts, because it's synthetic through the centre and breathable, so that it can go under arm. And I will say,
Send me some.
These in hot weather are superb.
These are available.
Literally, so breathable, it's ridiculous.
These are on eBay. They were $12.99 with free postage.
Yeah, but the sleeves being heavy, and they are quite heavy cotton, very sturdy with the pockets.
Apple rhubarb. Oh wow!
Take the dye.
I've got so many recipes for
But the
rhubarb.
synthetic bit doesn't. So that's the black one. That's how that come out. I think that's quite tidy, quite smart. And again, it's taken a little bit of that militariness out of it, although there's still a bit of camo there. It doesn't scream, "Hey, look at me. My name is Walter."
Dylon. Go on Amazon. Dylon.
I'm just going to put the other one on so you can see it in comparison.
So yeah, it's a Dylon washing machine one I use. But yeah, apples and rhubarb. Yeah, I've got so many recipes to use with rhubarb. It's
And that one was inspired by Tarpac colours.
Yeah.
Orange and black. So again, exactly the same principle. The dye took to the cotton.
Oh, Nikki, I
not
want your
synthetics.
toasty.
Dead easy. I've had a couple of people say, camouflage with orange. But I'm like, well, they're obviously Brits, because anybody that knows anything about hunting deer, mainly in America, you'll see a lot of orange, because deer don't see orange. A lot of mammals don't see orange. There's birds and humans that tend to see the colour orange.
I love the way that the stitching is still green. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's synthetic. It stays green and that. So yeah. Yeah, and again, it's such a simple thing to do, but it just demilitarises it a little bit. You know, if I'm walking around the town and I'm wearing my combats, I mean, that's right. MTP combat trousers.
Thank
got
you.
A lot more synthetic material in them, but they still have cotton. So it's the same dye, black dye.
You did that. A towel.
It's actually turned them green.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're like a dark green. So it's demilitarised those a little bit. Although they're still camouflaged, they look a bit less screaming, squatty.
Yeah, the little bag was, I think it was £6 for the black, and that did those trousers, the top, a big bath towel, because we had one that had a couple of marks on it, so that got thrown in. Then you put a shirt as well.
Well, the other one did this in a smock, didn't it? I mean, the smock came out really, really well. I was quite chuffed with that. Because
it could take 600 grams with dry.
I know some people are going to go, blimey, that's bright.
Well, as Lee said, it mainly stops hunters from shooting you in the woods.
Yeah. If I'm working up the woods and I'm instructing,
that stage.
Yeah, you can see me. It's still got a bit of camouflage, still got a bit of breakup, but people can see me, know where I am. And again, it's not screaming squaddy. So, and you can do it any colour you want.
Yeah, there's all sorts.
Yeah, blues.
He's been tangoed, yeah. I just got to go.
Well, I like orange. I've got to say, orange for me. But I think any bushcrafter, prepper worth their weight appreciates the
Three
colour
Dog
orange.
likes it. And another thing with the orange, I mean, how many times do you put stuff down and can't find it? I mean, you're going to find things that are orange. You're not going to put your jacket down, walk away from it, and think, look back and go, "Oh, I left my jacket."
Somebody said to me, "Why wear camo? Why wear camo, and then make it non-camo?" And I answered that in the short today, because as I pointed out, I'm not wearing military kit because I want to be military. Although I've got a military background, I'm out now. I'm a civvy. Been a civvy for a long time. I'm not wearing military kit because I'm trying to be something I'm not.
It's hard
I wear military kit because it's hardware and it's brilliantly designed. I can't afford to buy. Some of the civilian, was it Varaliskia? I can't pronounce it. But you look at some of their kit. I can't afford it. I cannot afford it. But I can afford to buy the British military stuff, which is just as hard wearing, just as good. US military stuff is the same, right? Great kit. And I know in some places around the world, wearing a military kit is actually illegal. It's illegal to wear combats. But if you can get the combats cheap enough and you can dye them so that they're no longer tactical, You remove that problem,
Chris
and you've got good hardware and kit.
Yeah, Chris Sussex, he's wearing a pink shirt with pineapples and palm trees on.
Sweet.
But have you got your cocktail?
I used to do it in the bike club occasionally. I used to wear a Hawaiian shirt underneath my cut and all the rest of it.
Yeah.
Just to throw
I
it
know
out there.
an old friend of mine that actually goes on holiday, and she gets her own half the most loudest Hawaiian shirt she can find, and that is their thing.
Yeah.
Every year she goes on holiday, she buys him. He has to have a dodgy shirt.
Yeah.
To go away with.
Yeah, and take it out there and own it. Be your own man. I was just chuffed that the dye didn't take to the synthetics, because I think that gives a really smart. It looks
of course
like
it
it's
can.
been made like that. But yeah, orange. And anybody in the prepping survival world knows the benefits of orange. Tarpac, the guys there. It's one of the reasons orange is one of their theme colours, because if you're going out and you don't want to lose a bit of kit, make it bright. But again, like I say, these tops, these U-back tops, the underbody armour tops, I've only just got into these. It was Tommy's fault. Tommy was wearing one day. I said, yeah, how does that work then? And he explained it to me. I said, surely not. And being a good mate, he slipped it off and went, try it on. Tried it on, and I was taken straight away. I was like, do you know what? If I've got a Bergen on, right, and I'm up the woods or I'm going out on an adventure, that is so breathable. Still, if I'm in tight undergrowth and that, I can roll, or there's midges about, mosquitoes, I can roll those sleeves down, get all the protection I need where I need it, and yet that's still nice and breathable. I believe they also do a winter version of this, which is a fleecy style centre, again to keep the heat up, but it's a wicking material, and all these are designed to wick away that sweat. So I will be exploring those as well. I believe this is Mick's new look, and I think Mick likes it.
I'm just sorting that out for you. That's actually the black is cheaper than I remember it is.
Absolutely superb bit of kit. Really can. Out of all the gear I've got, if I'm going to recommend something, definitely these.
Carol.
Bushcraft Sussex. I've got a pair of size 14 flip-flops. Flip-flops and AKs. That's all I'll say there. Those of you that know the flip-flops and AKs. Benny, leave it in the sun, it will look like my top. I suppose as well, you see again, you could do an autumn camouflage, two-tone it. You could do it in a green. You could do it in still, if you want to still be camouflaged, or you want to be tactical, but you don't want to look military, do that in a green. So it darkens it right up on the sleeves and that. I suppose that would work.
Andy wants to know what Major Disaster thinks of the shirt.
Major Disaster, what does he think of the shirt? Well, I have to ask him. Oi, Disaster, you old fool. What do you reckon to these shirts? I've got to wait. I'll go and wake him up.
There you go. That's on there for you. Going. Yeah, the pods. The reason why they are in the pods is they got the stuff in them, and the black one actually comes in like a bag. So what he did was he done the orange ones first, and then he poured the powder for the black one inside the little plastic pod, and it's recyclable anyway. You're welcome. Actually, it's wash and dye, not washing and dye.
Yeah, but they use the non-synthetic one, or you'll dye the whole thing the same colour.
Yeah. Well, I'm just giving the one that I actually got, so they are. And here's an interval. And here he is, the man himself.
Hello, chaps. Major disaster here. Yes, you were asking about Mick's dyeing his clothing. Well, it kind of takes me back, to the Africa campaign. I said to Mick, you know what? You want to dye that red? Oh, yes. Nothing like a line of men in red tunics facing down
that's it, Chris. Yeah.
the foe. I said to him, dye it red, young
The black
chap.
one is in a packet.
Not quite so sure that I do approve of the orange. No, that's a little bit Dutch to me. But red tunic with a stiff neck to hold his head up in the face of the enemy. Oh, yes. And all you need is a group of Welsh chappies stood around you, singing Men of Harlech, facing down the spears.
Yeah, and purple.
Wonderful days. Anyhow, one is going to retire, back off to the outhouse, and have an adventure. Chappies, take it easy, stay good, stay safe, have your adventures.
And be seen.
Yeah.
Be seen.
Yes. The other thing is, puts the willies right up them, doesn't it? Sing a line of Englishmen stood in scarlet with their muskets in front of them in their hands. Nothing like a line of red British dressed soldiers with their weapons in their hands facing down the enemy, saying, come and get it, you chappies. I might have overstepped some boundaries there.
It's good. Well, yeah, I love the purple. I'm actually thinking I've got a couple of sort of white and cream bits that are looking a little bit sad, and that I'll be quite happy to dye them purple. Yeah, Lee said thank you to me and Sticks because he's got the orange one in his basket. Oh, his pods are really good.
Silly old bugger. So, red smocks or red tunics. Where's that come from? Does anybody know? I know. 14th century. Oh yes, comes out of Wales. Funnily enough, it was the Welsh men that were brought in to fight on behalf of the king, wore red tunics. Okay, and red outfits, and then that evolved from there. It became a standard in the British Army, right through to the late 1800s. Red tunics, and even today in dress, the red tunic, the thin red line. Yeah, it's an interesting history. Have a look at it yourself. But yeah, its origin was in the Welsh, and the red was the colour, or they chose red, the Welsh soldiers, because it was the colour of the dragon. Yeah, the Welsh dragon. So if you look at the Welsh flag, you've got your red dragon. There you go, waffling now. Too much cider. Disaster moment.
You only had one, and one's alcoholic.
Oh yes.
Didn't make a camouflage dye. Well, what you could do, Bill, you could actually put a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's a bit like, making your own curry mix.
Yes.
He does need a martini, Henry, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah. Has anybody here shot Martini Henry? I have. Absolutely wonderful rifle, and still
carrying up the Khyber, yes.
Still in production today as a shotgun.
Skirts.
Yeah, still in production today as a shotgun. There's one manufacturer still makes that same action for 410, 24, and 12 gauge shotguns, and they are superb.
Yeah, and a price too.
Falling block, absolutely brilliant bit of kit. Martini Henry rifle, shooting it. Doesn't have a massive boot to the shoulder, although it's a hoofing round there, 4.55,
Green
I believe.
Yeah.
All right. Because it's a black powder, it's got a slower burn to it, so it doesn't kick you quite as much as I was expecting. But yeah, great bit of kit. Great bit of kit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice set of matching Purdy's.
Oh, yes. They had trouble with posh guns like that, though, Purdy's and stuff. And I've been a lot of shoots over the years with guys, competition shooting, also driven birds and all the rest of that. And it always used to make me laugh because, as you're all pretty much aware, I am quite a fan of Russian shotguns. Yeah. And I know there's going to be people that go, oh no. They're cheap, honest, reliable, solid workhorses. The sort of thing you can chuck in the back of the old Series Land Rover, bump around the fields, haul it out, and it work every single time. It might get a little bit marked and it might be a little bit heavy, but
nice,
great guns. But I've also seen guys with some beautiful matched pairs and things like that, all custom made.
in their boxes.
But tens of thousands of pounds worth of guns, and they slide them out. Terrified to get them wet, dirty.
Cujo Mojo had a 8-bore Greener.
That was the company I was actually thinking of. Greener. Yeah, absolutely beautiful guns. Not everybody's cup of tea because it's a bit old fashioned, but there is something in that action when you slide it down and
side by side.
That block drops. It's mechanical. It's clunk clunk, and out it comes. Just lovely Greener shotguns. Oh dear me, takes me back. Misspent youth.
Yeah, we were today. we were going to go to the Royal Bath and West Showground for the show. Unfortunately, we couldn't make it, but there's always I've had a look. Because it's the first week in June. Next week there's lots of village fates and things like that on, so we might go and
might get out and do a video around one or two of those, see if we can visit a couple of places. Just basically it's just a matter of sharing.
A 28 cut down to a 24. Great goose gun. God. I don't think we've missed. I think there's that one near Petworth we went through before.
Yeah.
The one that the giant iguana, the giant, it was iguana, wasn't it? Run up and jumped on our son's head. Or there's, I'm trying to think that one, Sussex.
Yeah.
The big one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ardingly,
yeah.
Ardingly, that's it. Yeah, Lee Michelle. Yeah, Franchi Spaz. Do you know what? Franchi Spaz shotgun was a career changer for me. So when I initially went into not my last role, the role before it, I was just one of the guys doing a job in armoury and all the rest of it. And I was working with a particular unit that had Franchi Spaz. And I'm out on the range with them one day, and the Spaz is sat there and they're using the Remington 870s, and nobody's picking up the Spaz. And I'm like, why aren't you using the Spaz? And they were like, it's rubbish. I went, what do you mean it's rubbish? I said, won't cycle, won't fire auto. All right. And I said, don't talk rot. Good guns, why would it not fire auto? And they said, it just won't cycle, it's rubbish, won't cycle. So I picked it up and I had a look at it. Yeah, of course it wouldn't cycle. They're using basically 2.5-inch 24-gram cartridges. Too light. Won't cycle the gun. It's not enough blowback, not enough pressure. So I had a look at that and I went, I know what that problem is. When we come in tomorrow, I'll change your opinion on that gun. And I bought in some 32-gram SGs. And I bought in a couple of boxes and that, loaded it up, gave them the guns, try that. And it was, they were like, that's brilliant. What's the difference? And I had to explain to them. And again, because they're military, they're used to a rifle, load the cartridge, fire the cartridge, load the 9mm, fire the 9mm. Weren't farm boys, weren't shotgun shooters, didn't hadn't come across the aspect of different loads will have different effects, and you've got to have a load that will cycle the weapon. And from that day forward, my chances with that organisation improved, and I sort of jumped up through the field because it actually sort of went, this guy knows his stuff. So Franchi Spaz, I'll take my hat off to you. Not my favourite gun, but it's good for what it's meant to do.
Talk about taking out. I don't know if you've all seen that Lee Roberts has put his is it 4 videos in all?
4 videos
where he done that his walk on his own across it's South Downs, is it?
Yeah.
Walk?
Yeah.
And wow, there's some beautiful scenery
guys
there.
Right now,
and
any of you that have not seen it yet, go over to Lee Roberts, go to his channel.
That's South Downs Way. Thank you.
Watch that 4-day walk. That 4-day walk was a prime example of what can be achieved. That man,
thank you, Sticks,
deserves people to watch that video purely on the fact, and it's not something I would say often, but purely on the fact that a very dear friend of mine made the statement today, "Sir, I doff my maroon beret to you." Yeah, it was an absolute triumph.
He was in so much pain, wasn't he?
Man over physical pain and endurance. It was as epic as anything I've seen at any time in military or civilian world, as a pure push of endurance. Okay, watch it through.
Towards, right? I mean, towards the end, some of the slopes he had to go down with the pain he was in was, yeah.
And again, anybody that's thinking of doing the South Downs Way,
watch
Lee's video from beginning to end. You'll get a good idea of what you're going to face. It's not as a lot of people think, oh, it's Southern England, it'll be easy, it'll be dead easy. It's not an easy walk.
Well, Lee would like to know when's your next adventure, and where's your next venture, and when?
I haven't decided yet. I am in the offing for one.
In September, is it?
I have a load of stuff and admin at the moment. What life is changing quite rapidly for me and Kaz. Channel's going to be fine and all the rest of it, but life's changing a little bit for us in where we live and what we do. So I'm having to focus a lot of my time, effort, and energy into that.
No, it's not flat, is it?
And as I can, when I can tell you, I'll tell you. I'll let you all know. But yeah, things are going to be improving. There are going to be some adventures coming up. There are going to be some epic ones that we're planning at the moment. Something quite far in advance of what we've done in the past, isn't it? And a couple of them might require me to actually put myself well outside my comfort zone for what I've done in the last 3 or 4 years. But nice, it's Chris. Getting back to what I've done when I was a lot younger. So yeah, I sort of want to revisit a few things that I did as a younger man.
I was talking about when you're meeting up with the others in September. Camps, that's what I was on about.
Right, yeah, camps. So I'm speaking to Gareth this week to organise the next camp. So as soon as I've got a date for that,
so we can let people know in advance. So because a few people couldn't do it. Yeah.
Hopefully next weekend I can give you a date.
Well, not the camp, but yeah, dates. But yeah. Because of course the way it couldn't happen because after your operation, things like that.
Yeah.
He wants to know how your health is at the moment.
Right, my health. Right, I've done a bit of a boo-boo this weekend, so I fixed the car
on his own.
On my own, which got a Range Rover, and it's the SE. It's got the big wheels, the big tyres, 20 inches on them, and they are wide. All went well until I went to try and put a wheel on, and being sensible, I sat down on the floor, got the wheel between my legs, went to use my legs, couldn't quite get them in there, and thought, it's going to be dead easy, and lifted it up. And what I've done, I'll show you, I've popped something there, right along the seam of that there. I've developed a little bit of a bulge, which has been looked at. They said it's not a hernia, but they think what I've done, I've torn the muscle, which is quite painful, but it's my fault. It was me thinking, because it's not hurting anymore, I'm good. I pushed it too hard, too far, too soon.
Then he come home and he fixed my my mobility scooter. The big 10-inch wheel at the back had a puncture. It got a screw into it, and you had to break the
bead on that.
Bead on that as well. And he did that in the sunshine.
I'll tell you what, chaps. I looked at this wheel. It's 10-inch, that size of a scooter, and I'm thinking to myself, that'd be easy. I don't know what they make the rubber on them tyres out of, or what they banded with. They must be steel banded.
I'll let him know about it still.
An absolute pain in the arse to break the bead, and then to actually get them over the rim so I could get the inner tube out. Mike, I had a screwdriver. I haven't got any small tyre levers, so I'm using screwdrivers to take it off. Didn't use anything like that to put it back on. Used my feet and my heels. That was a struggle. But at one point, I'm using a screwdriver as a tyre lever, soap, all the rest of it, like that. Got it back to about there. ping. That screwdriver went down the garden like a
Luckily,
torpedo.
Willow was indoors with me.
Yeah, just luckily enough, nothing around to get damaged. But if it had hit something, I reckon I'd have been up for murder.
Right. Stealth just put up there. He's had to put his channel back to the old name because someone stole it and stole all his videos as well. So his latest videos are only getting 20 to 40 views.
Right.
So if you'd all go back onto Stealth's old name, so is that a Stealth Car Camper one? Is that still? If that is, and then redo that one and better watch his videos and
we'll get his views back up. Yeah. Support him. Yeah. And this happens. I'm waiting for it to happen to me. Sooner or later, somebody's going to steal my channel and all the rest of it. Yeah, it happens. Unfortunately, there are some really unscrupulous people out there.
Well done to your daughter, Ray.
Personally, I think we should all track them down. And eventually, when we track them down, get on a flight, go and visit them. Bloody annoys me.
Yeah, my dad was the same, Sussex. He'd do things to himself and still want to go to work.
Yeah, Benny, I'm a silly sausage. One of those, you know what it's like? You sit there and you go, yeah, I can manage this, I can manage this. And just as I lifted it and bent forward, it just literally went ding, and that wasn't good.
Yeah, what they should have said, that's like a scooter. It doesn't tell you got beads in the set. You've got to brake to get the thing apart.
Oh, well, on our old scooter, it's a split rim, which was dead easy.
This one's the same as a. It's the same as it's a 10-inch. I've got smaller on the front. I think it's 6 or 8, and then at the back I've got a 10-inch one. So it's
Right, there's a link there. Kitten Killer's just put up a link to Stealth's channel, his old channel. Guys, do us a favour, dive on that link, dive over there, sub to that, unsubscribe from his old channel, so you're not showing them any support. Nuts to them. In actual fact, get onto the comments. Get onto the comments on his old channel. Hit as many as possible. Say, this is not Stealth. This is somebody who's stolen this channel. You're scum.
I've subbed it.
Give them as much grief as possible, and hopefully enough people would unsubscribe from that and subscribe to his old channel.
It's if you look, Kitten Killer's put the link up there for you.
Yeah. Cheers, Kitten. Much appreciated, brother.
I thought I'd seen yours for a while. If you look, Kiwi, if you look up at where Kitten's put the link, you just click on the link and it will take you straight there. You just subscribe there and then.
Bill, I know that feeling. Some woodland sale beside me. Lovely place. 185 grand. Good price. I'm 185 grand short. Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah. She was still.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's rotten, isn't it? There's people just.
Yeah.
They're just
scumbags.
Yeah.
Scumbags. Yeah. So. Yeah.
All that hard working,
Yeah, there is always somebody out there that's prepared to do it, though, and I'm not going to say where they're from and all the rest of it, but I can imagine.
Hi, D.
And sooner or later, it's going to happen to me.
Mr. D's in the house.
But it won't stop me. I will just move forward and onwards.
You know he's going to say something about your mum.
D's mum. Just big hug for her. Big hug to his mum. D, I hope you're good, brother. I hope everything's going well with you. I know
I stole my channel from a guy. I have it in my freezer.
Yeah, I'll have the guy in the freezer.
Yeah.
D, you should have given me a ring, mate. I'd have come out and helped you with that job. That one where all the naked people were. I'm not interested in naked people, but I'd have come and helped you with the security on that one. We could have had some giggles and laughs together. No pointing, obviously, because one of the rules is around nudie people, never point and laugh. Yeah, in fact, never laugh because they get quite upset, don't they?
You got your cat. You have your hanky and your tea towel and a bath towel. That's what you can then decide which one you're going to hang on.
I'd have found some fig leaves and some string. Each to their own.
Yeah.
As long as they're having fun and not hurting anybody.
Yeah, I just don't fancy getting all sand in me bits.
Do you know what always frightens me about that sort of thing? Things like mosquitoes.
Yeah, or sand flies.
Get a mosquito bite on somewhere you don't really want it. That's not going to be nice.
No.
I leave nudism for nudists.
He said they point at you sometimes in the early morning. They do their reveille.
Run the flag up the pole.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
And that's an alcohol-free cider. Dear.
Oh, there used to be, I don't know if it's still there, Studland Beach used to be a nudist beach down in Weymouth, Poole Harbour. Runs up to the west side of Poole Harbour. And there's a certain unit that won't be mentioned down there that trains very, 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 very hard, closely linked to Royal Marines. One of their exercises, one of their runs, actually takes them down along the beaches all the way through. And I remember chatting to one of the guys, and he said, "You know what?" He said, "I'm running a group of guys through there every single day, and every single day there's the same group of naked ladies down there waving to the guys, cheering them on." I was like, "Oh dear." I said, "How do the blokes manage it?" He said, "Well, just try and teach them not to respond."
Right. Right. Hi, Tarpac Innovations. Right, Tarpac's in the house. Yay.
Hi, Tarpac. How you guys doing?
Big shout out from all at Tarpac for the support to our company over the last week. Much appreciated. We'll be on earlier next week.
Brilliant. Thank you, Tarpac. And I hope you guys are doing well. Looking forward to seeing the next bit, Kit. I know you've got something very special in the offing that we'll be having a look at in the near future. I hope you like the colours. Tarpac orange on the shirts. Yeah, I'm showing the support and love. Yeah. And other than that, full respect to you blokes. Brilliant. Brilliant. Love your gear. Love your gear. I might be using it this week as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the photo on their website of go and your bits have arrived, haven't they, that you ordered?
Yeah.
Oh, poor Dee's been stung on the lip
by
a wasp on this one. Oh dear.
Not nice.
No.
It's not nice getting stung anywhere, but on the lip and the lips and eyebrows is where I usually end up getting stung.
Stop playing with yourself. I'm not, so I've got a mozzie bite, so you pay. Yeah, I believe that 1,000 wouldn't you?
Don't rub the mozzie bites.
It's a grower.
He'll get infected. Grower, not a shower.
Sorry.
Do apologise. And as I will say now, if there's any children present, I apologise to the parents for some of the humour this evening.
They wouldn't. Kids wouldn't understand it.
Yeah. Hopefully not.
Yes, it seems to be going. I believe Tarpac have been very busy.
Yeah.
With all the orders coming in.
From me, especially as one of their field testers, thank you guys for all the support. It's nice to support a company that talks, a company that actually shares, and a company that listens. When these guys are asking me to try something, there's no
like Chris Sussex
pressure behind it at all. They send it out to me and say, literally, Mick, this is what we've come up with. Beast it, and let us know. And I do beast it. If I'm going to put my name behind it, it's got to work for me.
Tarpac said they got the new guidelines for you to look at in the week.
Brilliant.
Will be released a week after if all goes well. Fantastic.
Yeah, I look forward to trying them out.
So, Bill, you were saying in South Africa with no hot weather gear, warm boxer shorts, got sunburn where the sun never seen. Oh, pale.
Yeah.
You'd be like chestnuts on an open fire. Yeah.
Some of South African shorts were short. Yeah, I personally couldn't wear them. It's there would be a bit of unsunburnt leg showing off.
So Benny said his toasted machine's packed. He's just rummaging through the cupboards and fridge. I'm good to go tomorrow. You're not putting baby food in it, are you? Poor Luna. Hang Tough said we had 5,000 people, 1 arrested, 1 trespass, couple of naked clan fights over loud camp drumming. You have to read it all out to him, I'm afraid. He's got something covering his.
I'm being
his word.
attacked.
Yeah, he's got a system with alert
Dig.
thing.
And for anybody that's just joined us or joining us recently, we're putting a challenge out there. We're doing a challenge, and I'm inviting all channels or anybody, whether you've got a channel or not, to join this challenge. It's called the Great Bushcraft Toast Off. I want to see your bushcraft wild camping toasties. What can you make? What have you come up with? And all
Can
this
you make your own toaster if you haven't got one already?
Yeah, all this has been inspired by my friend Benny, who sent me one of these. Okay.
And it can be done anyhow, but it must be toasted.
You can griddle it. You can do a pan. You can do it with metal weights. You can do it in one of those. You can any form of toasty. The only rule is the bread must be toasted both sides. You can fill it whatever you want.
Two outsides out. Yeah.
Want to see the best you can come up with. I want to see I want some inspiration. Inspire me. Show me what you can do. Show me what's local to you. Might even want to do something that's traditional. You might have a traditional toasty where you are.
You might do a nice Mexican one.
Let's all see what other people have in their toasties around the world. There is no right.
No.
There is no wrong.
No.
For the love of a toasty. Yeah. And then what we'll do in a few weeks' time, we'll look at everybody's videos. We'll have a bit of a vote on it. We'll see if we can come up with a toasty champion.
Yeah.
And hopefully this will go international, and we can call it the World Toasty Champion. Oh, that's somebody somewhere will be able to walk around, look people in the eye, and go, "I'm the World Toasty Champion, mate."
Yeah. Bushcraft Toasty Champion.
Yeah, World Bushcraft Toasty Champion. There's a title, isn't it? And when you've got your channel, you can put in your description, right? The World Bushcraft Toasty Champion.
Yeah.
2025. Yeah. Yeah, there's a claim to fame.
Yeah.
Right. Saying that, we're coming up to the 2 hours time limit now. Guys, I'm going to say goodnight to you all and then shut my computer down, and then hopefully tomorrow get rid of this damn thing that keeps flashing up in the corner here. Might have to give my mate Owen a shout, get some advice for him. But more importantly than that, thank you for joining us. Hopefully you've had a great time. Hopefully it's been a bit of fun, bit of a giggle, not too serious. Hopefully you're safe and the weather is good wherever you are.
And hope you have a really good week and get some sunshine and
Yeah, have your adventures. Get outside. Have fun.
I don't think so, Bill. Yeah. Toasty.
And,
Night all.
From me, Kaz, Willow, Mac, Jason, and the guys at Tar Pack Innovations. Yeah. Have a great one, guys. Look after yourselves. Love those you do. Forgive those who don't. And as always, may peace and light be upon you all. Till next time, we're out.
Take it easy.